There are many different misconceptions in life, many. And one of the things misconceptions tend to do is they tend to prevent people from doing things that could benefit them. They say things, oh my God, I don't know if I want to do this, because in their mind, this is what they believe in, so they don't do it. So the definition of a misconception, the meaning of a misconception is a thought or an opinion that is incorrect because it is based on faulty thinking or understanding. So today, I want to clarify some of the misconceptions about entrepreneurship. I'm right now in College Station, Texas, which is the home of the Aggies, Texas A&M University. These guys invited me to come and speak to their next class of entrepreneurship. They have a program here called Entrepreneurship Society. And last time when I was talking to these young, aspiring entrepreneurs, they had so many different misconceptions. I have 9 of them I want to share with you. So the first one is this. Here's one of the biggest misconceptions that I keep hearing about. Entrepreneurs are born. Constantly, entrepreneurs are born. You are born an entrepreneur, which is an absolute lie if there ever was one. Yes, it's like saying one is born with a 40-inch vertical leap. Yes, you're right. Larry Bird did not have a 40-inch vertical leap, so he cannot dunk like LeBron James. Yes, but that doesn't mean you are born to be a basketball player. Larry Bird is not. That has no meaning. So again, Michael Jordan was born to be a basketball player, but Steph Curry was not because he's 6'1", 170 pounds. You can't say that because the guy's a tiny guy. Muggsy Bogues was a 5'3" basketball player, 5'3", and he played the NBA nearly 10-something years, and he was pretty good at it. So the same goes to saying this person's not meant to be an entrepreneur because he's too shy. This person's not meant to be an entrepreneur because he had a 1.8 GPA in high school. This person's not meant to be an entrepreneur because he has certain nationality or color skin. No, don't buy it. It's misconception. Someone's trying to persuade you that you can't become an entrepreneur, and it's not the truth. It's faulty thinking, and you need to question it. You don't need to just say, oh, this guy on YouTube said that entrepreneurs are born. BS. Don't buy it. It's a misconception. Number 2, the second thing is something I struggled with, is you have to cheat or steal to win as an entrepreneur. You do not. You do not have to cheat or steal as an entrepreneur. I've watched this for many, many years with my business. I had to compete, and some people did it the right way, some people did it the wrong way. Some people had shortcuts, and every single time there's a shortcut, we're tempted. Everybody's tempted. I was tempted. Every time I'm sitting here competing against a guy that's making 400 grand a month, and I'm only making 30 grand a month, and I'm 25 years old, whatever it is, 26 years old, and he's doing certain things that I don't want to do. But if I have to compete with him, I have to do that to compete with him. I didn't do it. He kept doing it. He lost his licenses. We kept going. Now, if I would have done it, I would also lost my license. You do not have to cheat or steal to win in business. You don't. You do not have to cheat or steal to win in business. People say that because it is a way out for them to say, I chose not to be an entrepreneur because I am a noble human being. And because I'm a noble human being, I refuse to cheat and steal because it's against my character. That is not true. You don't have to cheat or steal to become an entrepreneur. There are laws, you break them, you're going straight to prison. Number 3, they got lucky, this whole lucky thing. And by the way, I talk about lucky quite a lot. On one end, luck doesn't happen accidentally. For example, nobody is going to go on a date with a beautiful girl by not talking to her. You have to take action. There's got to be a conversation. No one closes a big sale without knowing anything about their products, because the bigger the sale it is, the more educated the customer is. You can't just go to a customer and ask for a $200,000 check and they're going to say yes, and you know nothing about your product. It's not going to happen. You have to work your butt off to get good at what you do. You have to work your butt off to become an expert. You have to immerse yourself on it. You're going to go through certain breaking points that you don't feel like doing anything. You want to throw in the towel. Those moments are things that people don't see. Nobody sees. I'm in Hilton right now. And I remember one time we were on the tour last year when we were doing the entrepreneurship tour. We stopped by Conrad Hilton where he, accidentally bought this building that it was a hospital, it was a nurse, it was something. It wasn't a hotel, right? He bought this thing, he turned it into a hotel. Next thing you know, it started growing. There's Hiltons in Iran, and I'm in Iran. I've gone to Hilton when I was a kid growing up. Hilton was like insane. We don't know the stories of when Hilton almost went out of business. We don't know the stories of his arguments with his wife. We don't know the times where he's at a hotel room by himself away from a kid's birthday because he has to be at a business meeting and he's absolutely feeling crap about the fact that he missed an event for his kid or baseball. You don't know those moments. So you can't say they got lucky. There is luck involved in business. I'm not telling you there isn't. Nothing wrong with getting lucky, but there's got to be a lot of hard work before you get lucky. Number 4, selfish. Entrepreneurs are selfish. Entrepreneurs are selfish. You'll hear the word selfish, greedy, and all they care about is money quite regularly. They're selfish. They're very selfish. All they care about is themselves. Listen, you can't build $1 billion company. When you build $1 billion company, The guy that built a $1 billion company, he doesn't keep the $1 billion. The $1 billion company, he probably keeps $50 million salary per year. Let's just say if you build a $1 billion company. Now, if you own a big part of it, sure, the value of the company is yours. But if you grow, your company grows $1 billion per year. He takes $50 million a year income. Even that, people say that's greedy. Let's say he takes a $50 million a year income because I'm picking the greediest CEO you can think about. He's taking a $50 million a year income. He built a $1 billion company, okay? Where does that $950 million go to? You tell me. Does that go in his pocket? No. It goes to what? It goes to employees. It goes to healthcare. It goes to building. It goes to lease. It goes to construction. It goes to long communication, internet, servers. These are all jobs being created. A $1 billion empire is creating $950,000 of revenue to other people that lead to taxes. You can't be selfish and build a big company. You just cannot. You can be selfish and be a salesperson because all you're doing is selling and it's all you. One person show, one man show, because it's all about you. Yes, you can be selfish. I agree with you. It's impossible for you to build an empire being selfish. It's mathematically impossible for you to build a big empire being selfish. Math doesn't make sense. You can't win an NBA championship without having assists. You can't. It's never happened and it's never going to happen. You can't win a baseball game without having somebody that's double playing, the team catches the ball, throw. You can't have it. You can't have a no-hit. You can't have, I can go on with any different sports. You cannot do it without having a team that's selfish. It just does not work. It is not going to work that way. Not in the world of business. Number 5, all you need is a great idea and product. A lot of people message me and they say, Pat, guess what, man? What's that? Man, I got this product. You and I need to team up. It's a $1 billion idea. I promise you, bro. You're going to be a billionaire. You can do this. I'm like, you really think an idea is what makes a $1 billion? You think the idea is what makes it $1 billion? Really? You think an idea is? An idea means nothing. Nothing. You know why? Because very few execute. Very few execute. And here's another thing about ideas. There are many crappy products in the world that are sold on the shelves of Walmart. Many. There are many crappy products in the world that are sold in Macy's and people buy, and their products suck. There are many shirts that you go buy where the, what do you call, the strings are out with the shirts. It's just, the strings, it's just terrible. People buy it. Why do they buy it? So your idea that you have means nothing if there's no execution. Idea is just an idea. There are many great ideas out there. Execution is the issue. Number 6 is all you need is to raise capital. People say, Pat, if I raise money, man, like last time one kid is asking me, I'm telling you, if I had $1 million right now, I'd do this. If I heard every single time somebody told me if I had $1 million investment, I'd be a billionaire today. Everybody wants to talk about if I had money and I'll raise capital. It means nothing. It means nothing. It does mean a little bit, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to get a raise. I get messages, Pap, can you do a video on how to raise capital? I'll do a video on how to raise capital. Can you do a video on how to raise capital? Can you do a video on how to raise capital? I will. I'll definitely do that. Because if I have a capital, I will do this with my business. And I'll tell them. I say, have you ever won in the past before? Who are you? How hard do you work? What's your track record? What relationships do you have? What associations do you have? Who needs to bet on you? Would you bet on you? Why should someone bet on you? If you can answer those questions, you'll eventually raise capital. If you don't have that, you ain't getting capital. It's that simple. Your reputation and track record and the relationships and associations who validate you will attract the capital. If you don't have this, there is no capital. Simple. You have to have a lot of this on the front end to get the money. Number 7, they all had great initial connections because it's all about the context and connections. My connections were guys who went to the nightclub on a weekly basis. My connections were guys who were chasing skirts. My connections were my boys that we would sit down and talk sports all day long and, play spades or play whatever cards, Hulk, so we play all these other games. That's my connections. So who are my connections? I didn't go to university to be part of an alumni. What are my connections? My connections from the military never ever introduced me to anybody in business. These are my connections from military. They don't have a business background. Who are my connections? Connections are a byproduct of a lot of work of people seeing you saying, this guy's legit, he's working hard, let's connect him to this person. It's not, hey, this person had a father who is related to Vanderbilt and this person. No, it does not work that way. If you have that, it's an edge. I had 0. My parents have never been entrepreneurs. I don't come from a business background. My dad stopped going to school after 8th grade to help support his family. I'm not the smart kid. Nothing, none of that stuff. I had to work my tail off to get my connections. If you're looking for shortcuts, misconception, okay, number 7. Number 8, it's a massive risk. I got to take such a massive risk. This is why I don't want to become an entrepreneur. I've seen so many people lose everything and all this other stuff. Yes, there are a lot of people that lose everything. You're right. There are a lot of people that go all in. You know, and we always want to watch on YouTube guys who go all in, who what? Who win. Oh, this guy went all in. What a smart guy, man. This guy, moneymaker. He had a 2-5 and he went all in and he won. Now that guy's a great poker player. Okay, there's a little luck there, right? But you don't have to go all in every single time. Many people can start a business part-time while you have a job, and you just start testing your product and see how people are responding to it. Anybody can start a business part-time and work through it. You don't have to start full-time. When Apple got started, when I interviewed Steve Wozniak, we can put a clip up. When I interviewed Steve Wozniak, they started their business while he had a full-time job, and Steve had a full-time job, and they started messing around with this thing out of their garage, and then they'd go in there and say, let's quit our jobs. And Wozniak didn't want to quit his job for a few months, but he finally did. They started part-time and they tested it. You can too. Number 9. Last one is entrepreneurs are their own boss. Everybody wants to say, I want to, you become an entrepreneur, you're your own boss. That is a misconception. You are not your own boss. You are not your own boss. It's like when people say, when you have kids, you're the man of the household. Really? Your kids tell you what to do. You drop them off to school. You have to pick them up in the morning. You get a lot more sleep if you don't have kids. They wake you up 3-4 times in the middle of the night. My daughter right now is waking us up middle of the night 2 or 3 times. They're the boss. I'm not the boss. I happen to support and fund their life, but they're my boss. So as an entrepreneur, my customers are my boss. I have tens of thousands of customers that are my boss. I have thousands of salespeople that are my boss. I have employees that are my boss. I have vendors. I have partners. I have relationships. I have the media. These are people that you yourself had to learn how to support. And the better you improve and the more you grow your business, then the more leverage and influence and trust you have, it's easy to move your business. But you are not your own boss when it comes down to running everything 100% of the time. That is a misconception of entrepreneurship. So look, I can go on and talk about many, many more things when it comes down to misconceptions. My challenge to you is don't let these 9 misconceptions prevent you from becoming an entrepreneur. Share this video with somebody else that maybe is on the verge of saying, I don't want to be an entrepreneur, or they've said any of these 9 things. Have them watch this video and have them think about it from a completely different perspective. Because unfortunately, many of these same misconceptions prevent people from living their dream life. Some kid asked me yesterday and he said, hey, how's it feel now having the life that you have? And I told him, I said, I was this close of just being a regular guy making 52 grand a year. This close. I was this close, regular guy at a place that I'm going to do and nothing is growing, nothing is expanding. I was this close. I almost bought into this misconceptions. I almost did. I almost was convinced by my family, friends, and many other media and associations that I had, but I didn't do it. And I'm going to challenge you to do the same as well. Now, we have a problem that I need your help with. We're in Texas right now without our favorite pillow we left behind. But this is what we want to do with our pillow. And I'm putting a challenge out there to everybody who is a big Valuetainment fan. This is what we're doing. I am looking for a new pillow for 2017. A new subscribe pillow for 2017. So I want you, I'm going to give credit to the pillow that we use. I want you to either find a nice pillow for Valuetainment that you can customize with Valuetainment logo on it and YouTube logo on it, whatever it is, big or smaller, I don't care what it is. It's going to be a good one that I hold. And it'll be yours. For the rest of 2017, I will hold that pillow. So you can make it, custom make it, have somebody make it. I don't care what it is. You can buy one at the store that's $6-7 that you like it. You want to send it to us. Anything you find. I want you to send us all the pillows. Okay. Here's the address. You can send it to 5001 Spring Valley Road, suite number 1155E. That's in Dallas, Texas, 75244. We'll put the address in the description as well. Send your pillows our way. Make sure it's got subscribe on it. Make sure it's got Valuetainment. Be creative on whatever way you want to do it. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some of those pillows being sent over to the headquarters. Again, the address will be on the bottom. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. You got any questions, thoughts about what I talked about today, post your comments on the bottom. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.